All right, I am back looking for stuff. Okay, here we go. Oh boy, so yeah, I was kind of on a roll earlier, so I was like, I feel like making another video. So here I am again. So yeah, that last person that I mentioned, here is part of the conversation. I honestly wish I had gotten the rest of it because it was kind of funny. But what my response is kind of what they were saying. So here's the scam, people, and there's a lot of these romance scams, as they're called, um, where you'll be talking to someone that you met in a dating app, and then after a while of talking to them, they will ask you for money for something, and they'll say they'll pay you back, right? And then they don't. And they do that to so many people, and they can get away with millions. And you might have only lost a couple $100, but if like, I don't know, if they did that to like, I don't know, 1,000 people, maybe not that many, but if they did that to a lot of people, that's a lot of money they're making right there. So yeah, so here's kind of what was going down, right? So this girl starts messaging me, and um I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever. It started on like a dating app, and then she was like, oh, here's my Snapchat. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then, it was very, very brief conversations. I wouldn't even say conversations. And then after about the second day and the third day, she was like, I had a rough day today. My car's been having trouble. And I was like, oh, so is it expensive to fix? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe you should get a new car. I don't know, whatever. And then that was kind of the end of the conversation. Well, then the next day, I get a message, and she's like, I have an emergency. And she sends me a snap, right? And I'm like, oh gosh, what is this emergency? I don't really want to open this, but okay. So then I opened it, and there is a bill of um she has like this holding a receipt, and like a lot of the stuff is like blacked out. You can't read it, but it looks kind of like an automotive bill, and then it's for like 400 some dollars. And I'm like, okay, you have an emergency, you have a car expense. Well, that's life. Well, she's like, I'll pay you back. I just need to borrow some money. And I'm like, wait a second. And so this is where the rest of the conversation comes in, is because she was going on about how, like, I take care of my lady and blah blah blah, and she sounded like a very financially stable person. But now you're messaging basically a complete stranger, asking them for money, right? I'm like, whoa, whoa. Excuse the language in here, but seriously, that's just the stupidest thing. I'm like, think about this. What kind of person expects someone they don't know to give them money? A person that thinks that you, the person they're asking, is an idiot. Because any sane person is not going to give money to someone they don't know, or any person who knows any better. I should say that. That's better. If you know any better, then you're not going to give money to a stranger. So if a stranger is asking you for money, they're hoping that you don't know any better. They're trying to take advantage of you. So do not let them do that, okay? Because one, I think, I don't know. Yeah, no, it's not in this part of the conversation, but earlier I was like, so you mean to tell me that you don't have friends, you don't have family, you have no one in your life that you could ask to borrow money from? You're asking a complete stranger for money, right? I'm like, okay, if if that was true, I'm like if it was true and you actually did need money and you had no friends or no family, I'm like, first of all, that's just pretty sad, like super sad. So, you know, either way, just if someone does that, just dump them. If they're fake, if they're real, I don't care. Just don't deal with that kind of person, because they're trying to take advantage of you. Because again, if they're assuming that you're going to give them money, then they're assuming that you're stupid. That's what they're thinking in their minds. So like, this person seems like a gullible little fool. Hey, I'm just going to ask them for some money, and then, you have this whole sob story. I'm like, no. So yeah, That's a scam, and it's pretty popular. It's been, I say popular, but it's picked up around COVID because, you know, people are home, they're alone, they're feeling a little lonely, right? So they're on dating apps or whatever, and then this stuff starts happening. So, so yeah, if you have anyone ever ask you for money, you don't know them, you haven't met them personally, just don't, okay? Just don't go there. Um, yeah. So, yeah, these people make me so mad, and I wish there was like a hotline for like if ever you're online and someone, you know, you're talking to someone and something doesn't sound right, you can just go on the hotline and they'll tell you, nope, it's a scam. Don't do it. So that, you know, these people don't, you guys don't have to get robbed. So yeah, I'm gonna end that right there. And I'll probably be making another video real soon because I actually found like a bunch more scams that I have screenshotted. So yeah, okay. Ooh, we are done.